First, let's talk about the most important thing that can make your life better. You're on task. Yes, your attention is important. Where you focus is where your energy goes. And if you always watch other people, as you read, compare, and worry about how good, far, and smart you are, guess what? Some people who don't care about you are taking away your power. Give it back now. When you focus on yourself, you stop acting in a reactive way. Don't let other people's thoughts, plans, or deadlines affect you. Since you're making it yourself, you no longer need validation from other people. The real thing. A bigger voice is not needed. You need to think more clearly. There's nothing you need to prove. There needs to be personal proof. A lot of people spend years trying to get praise and thanks. They're too busy keeping up with other people to build their own life, like taking care of someone else's yard while your own is crowded with weeds. When you focus on yourself, you tend to your own roots instead of other people's thoughts. It's not being selfish. You have to do it because no one else will. There is no one who can promise you success, peace, growth, or trust. To build that, you have to show up every day. Distractions are the enemy of greatness in the world we live in. There are more views, news, and social media posts than ever before, but yours isn't being heard. Want to scare people? Don't tell anyone what you're doing. Don't talk about your plans. Don't fight for your dreams. Stop making noise. Put your head down. It is not about being perfect. It's not a trick. You're good at it now. Work is very important. When you pay attention to yourself, you stop being on autopilot. You choose based on who you want to be, not what other people think you should do. That's how you grow. That's how you change. The wild part, when you look inside, everything changes. The way you walk and talk is different. You should act differently. People will feel it, but not be able to explain it. It's strong to focus. It changes you on the inside. Pay attention to yourself for peace. Think about yourself to get clear. Pay attention to yourself to level up. Being distracted doesn't help anyone achieve. By watching others, no one makes something great. As you answer, you don't rise. You rise when you say, this is who I am and what I'm building. And you don't have to share it. Let them wonder. Allow them to talk. Make them not trust you. It's not your business. It's your only job to get up in the morning and think about how you can be 1% better than yesterday. That's it. That's play. Not very exciting, not flashy, repeating things and being strict, putting yourself forward when no one is clapping. Talkers and doers can be told apart because anyone can post about change. Anyone can talk about levels. People who do it work hard. The world paid attention to them not because they yelled louder, but because of what they had done. Do you want to scare everyone? Okay. Block out the noise and go inside. Focus on being your best self, so much that other people have to listen. Attention isn't just a tool, your hidden tool. Make use of it. Being quiet doesn't mean you're weak, passive, or giving up. Silence could be one of the best ways for you to grow. Everyone shouts their goals, shows off their success, and reports everything they do, both online and off. This is the truth. Not every kind of strength is loud. Real growth doesn't need to be announced. If you care about yourself, your goals, and your future, you'll know that the best thing to do is to keep quiet and work. It is magnetic to be a quiet mover. Someone who doesn't have to prove who they are or what they want to do. So sure of itself, there's no need to talk. does not need permission, just shows up. You want to be shocked? Be quiet about your plans. Do it now. Don't try to explain your change. Just change. Let go of your attempts to show growth. Let your life speak. Silence gives you power. You save energy by not selling everything you do. You are keeping your progress from being broken by comments, noise, and distractions that come up before you're ready to release your plans. Your idea may not be clear to everyone. Not all of them should. Sharing your goals too much lets too many people weigh in on your plan. Voices that you don't want to hear, sometimes from people who don't want you to win. Some people don't like how you're changing and don't want to see you grow. That's why quiet is strong. While others talk, you work on things, argue, and make choices. They want to be heard. It's clear that your calm focus is on becoming. It's not hidden. Keeping what's important safe. Goals are holy. Your change and healing are holy, and not everyone should be able to see them. Be honest, please. Most people need to be paid attention to. They ask for credit before they can earn it. Before they start, they want praise. To make a difference and make your life better, you need to separate from that. Gain the ability to do well in silence. You need to be able to grind by yourself. You have to be okay with being misunderstood if you want to make lasting change in a quiet, private, and regular way. Moving quietly removes stress. When performance ends, change starts. No one is around to convince or amuse. There is only you, the task, the image, and the goal. It's not about how loud you are, but how real, committed, and eager you are to keep showing up even when no one sees you. That's when you make a progress. That grit shocks people. They didn't expect you to change into someone else, even though you told them you would. The most powerful thing you can say is silence. When the results are clear, when people can feel the difference in your energy, focus, and peace. There's no need to talk. What you did spoke. Your reliability was shown. Your writing yelled what words can't say. I've worked. You didn't expect me to change into this person. Do not explain yourself. No one needs to know about your growth. You don't have to show blind people how valuable you are. Keep your goal in mind. Watch your eyes. Since you're not going to say what your biggest moves are, let the results show what your words didn't say. We'll see. Everyone waits to be inspired to act, even though most people don't want to hear this. What drives people? It shows up when it wants to. It goes away when things are bad. Short-lived, emotional, and not dependable. Your life will never work if you wait for inspiration to strike. Secret discipline is what keeps you going when you don't feel like it. It tells thinkers apart from doers. No matter how you feel, it's always the right choice to turn up. It takes discipline to push through obstacles. Not very exciting, not very interesting, not a highlight reel, but getting up early when you're tired. It says no when urges to give in. It means putting your future ahead of your feelings over and over again. That's tough. That's what gives it power. Anyone can act when they are inspired, but people who are focused on results act when they are tired, angry, down, or bored. They don't wait. They change minds. Discipline comes from focusing on oneself. You know that no one can save you. You're not getting heaven. It has to be built one block at a time. Also, guess what? You don't have to set most of those bricks. This is what counts. Discipline makes people. not just results. Builds courage. You gain self-trust when you keep your word. You don't need outside validation to show up for everything because you know you're doing it and respect yourself. We've learned that it's nice to receive praise. It's not. Growth is necessary, but it's also painful, boring, repetitive, and lonely. Once you accept pain, you stop fighting it. You learn that discipline is freedom and stop giving up when things get tough. It gets rid of uncertainty. It frees the mind from the weight of unfinished goals. You don't have to count on motivation to do what you know you should do. Take a look. A lot of people want results, but not many of them are constant. It works out well for you. You have an edge. You can't be stopped if you can stick to your plans, even when they're hard. Get above the noise. People are shocked by what you do, not what you say. They can see that you've changed. They don't know what to do about your leveling up because you haven't said anything. It's great that you are doing it. Discipline that you do every day feels like progress. You no longer have to think about being there. You do it. When something becomes a part of who you are, magic happens. You don't want to change anymore. Yes, you do. You're not getting yourself to do anything. You always do something. You can't be disciplined by birth. With each pick, you build it up. One early morning alarm, workout, tough talk, an hour of focus. Over time, those small choices become strong, unbreakable. And don't rely on motivation, mood swings, or having the perfect environment. So if you want to pay attention to yourself, start by giving up your drive. Don't wait for things to be ready. You're going to stay. Beginning building. Keep your promises. And when you lose drive, as it always does, let your discipline and habits take over. Use your standards to move forward. That's how you grow. That's how you win and make everyone dumbfounded without saying a word. One of the worst things that can happen is comparing things to others. When you open your phone, you see someone else's highlight reel. Their lifestyle was based on their wealth. You lower your own worth without realizing it. You have doubts about your way, feel like you're behind. You don't believe in your skills. You think you should be somewhere else right now. Comparison takes away. It takes away happiness, concentration, and most of all, someone took your work. When you're worried about other people, you forget about your own life. Looking sideways all the time stops you from growing. Comparing your trip to others stops you from growing. It takes a second for every comparison. You're not making a second, no. Not putting money into yourself adds up. Not able to use energy, it slows you down and takes your attention off your path, which is all that counts. This is something no one tells you. People should be different. Your schedule should be different. Your path, your challenges, your wins, and your speed, one of a kind. There's no need to fix that. Something to have. You shouldn't look like them. You need to be yourself. Everything changes when you accept it. You no longer feel like you're behind. Do not compete. We don't need any more proof. You are sure of yourself and your path in life, and a lot of the things you compare yourself to aren't real. Trimmed, curated, and filtered. People show what they want to. It's not fair to compare your work in progress to someone else's finished product. It's not hard for you. You miss the late nights. There are no signs of fear, doubt, or loss. You think about where you want to be and feel bad that you're not there yet. You forget that the work takes place in the middle of your story. There is magic. That's where you grow. If you want to change your life, you have to avoid the noise. Don't judge your worth by how someone else got where they are now. Pay attention to your lane. Pay attention to goals. It doesn't matter what other people do in your goal. Just focus on getting better. Focus on the future instead of the past. That will change everything. It's a race to grow. It doesn't matter who gets there first. It's about always doing your best, showing up, and working even when no one is looking. Not the most loud. They're not flashy. They were serious about what they did and didn't branch out. These are the people who stopped comparing and started building, who learned that their real power doesn't come from praise or approval, but from knowing I'm doing this for me. Do not compare again until you remember who you are and where you want to go. You're up to date. It's not your fault. You get bigger. Your growth and learning shouldn't be the same as anyone else's. It should look like yours. Compare to get facts, not to make a decision. Find out what you can do. Don't feel bad about yourself. Get motivated, but don't let that make you who you are. They have a chapter, not you. You are not on their schedule. It takes all of your attention to write your own story. Pay attention to your next move. Start with your thoughts. Ask some tough questions to begin, as long as no one is looking. Who am I? What needs to be let go of? What story am I telling myself to keep myself stuck? These questions lead to new findings. These questions let you go to the next level, because the world around you always shows what's going on inside. Want better? Work on yourself. Clean up your house. Be honest and concentrate to level up. Pay attention. Pay attention. In this way, you make your life look good on the outside and strong on the inside. That really changes things. That's how you scare everyone without saying anything. Success is sometimes called a one-time event. A success, a lucky break, or a huge win. That's not how success works. Success grows in the background through small actions and daily routines. No one sees. Everyday tasks, choices about discipline, and small adjustments that don't seem important are what matter. Your life is shaped by the things you do over and over, not just sometimes. When you pay attention to yourself, you can see that every day your habits work for or against you. This is where most people get stuck. They are waiting for ideas. We are waiting for inspiration. They want the trip to be exciting the whole time, but let me explain. When you master the everyday, you win in life. The ones that stick to simple rules, not doing cool things. First, constantly do the things you do every day. 5 o'clock a.m. makeup, tired from working out. As you try to fall asleep, use a book instead of your phone. Your mind will be quiet. The grind is real. Every action counts. They either make you stronger or weaker. You don't think missing an exercise is a big deal. You think that waiting another day is not a big deal. Not just that moment, but also the way you keep doing it. These little habits shape the way you live. Your environment shapes who you are, which in turn shapes your results. Stop making announcements and start getting ready to shock everyone without saying a word. Match your habits to your goal. Every day ask yourself, do my deeds match my values? If not, you have to make up your mind. It's not expensive to talk. Discipline speaks when there is silence. Winner is the person who shows up every day, even if it's hard. Here's the truth. No one will praise the work you do every day. It's not praised when you get up early, miss events, or spend hours by yourself working on yourself. Peaceful trip. It can be lonely, but that's where you gain power. While other people are looking for ways to save time, you're building character and staying true to yourself, which is powerful and rare. Instead of chasing highs, you free yourself by making systems. You are no longer controlled by your feelings. Don't act because you feel like it. Do it now. Don't use mood swings to get things done. Soon, the small things you do are paying off big time because you build rhythm, drive, and grit. You're more than results. Folks can see how you've changed, how smart, how strong, and how unstoppable you are. You changed a lot without saying anything, but people never saw the work you did. It's the huge number of unknown choices. Without giving a reason, you made sacrifices, set standards, and broke people out of their comfort zones. Get your freedom. You can be calm without telling everyone what you're doing. Don't try to convince them. You are shifting. You alter. There's no need to post progress. You're getting better. Being calm and sure of yourself is worth more than 1,000 likes, shares, or praises. People always pay attention. Folks will ask you what's changed now that they know how many hours you've worked and how many distractions you turned down. It took discipline to keep going when no one was looking. That makes me very happy. That's why you did it. Not for praise or attention. That you kept going even though it was easy to give up and no one was supporting you. It's strong to be quiet. It lets change happen without getting in the way. It helps you keep going even when no one is cheering. Being clear helps you get things done and be your best self. So stay away from the noise. Don't try to explain or justify your trip. You don't have to show anyone the success. It pays off to keep going. Allow them to think. Allow them to talk. Let them guess. No need for words. Just keep going, changing, and working. There will be no need for you to speak when your change talks loudly.